こんにちは、いくこです。こちらの本のパート3になります。ですがですね、パート2、私が前回読んだパート2のところをですね、日記に読んでもらうことにしました。どういうふうに滑らかに読書をするか、音読をするかっていうのを参考にしてみてください。またリスニングにもなりますので、聞いてみてください。では始めます。
Yes. At 5:30, Becky and Sue and I switched off our computers and put on our coats. Business at Goring's finished promptly for us, while the others, the actual solicitors, stayed later. I said bye to Becky and Sue as chirpily as I could. They scurried off happily together, calling good night. Left alone in the warm, cramped reception, I walked slowly around, checking the switches, my head singing with tiredness. On my way out, I dropped the letters I typed off at Brian's office for him to sign. "Thank you," he said. "Look them over. Right then. Yep. Oh dear. Oh. No. No handing the letters back to me, Nina. You've spelt client as client 3 times, and there are 2 theirs instead of their, and you haven't put the address on this one. I'm tired. I've tried to say sorry, but my throat had closed up. For some idiotic reason, I took the letters back, wordlessly hanging my head. Do them tomorrow. They're not urgent. Everything all right today, Nina?" Brian said, watching me, his hands resting lightly on the desk, fingertips touching. "Sure," I said. "Fine. Just one more, and you put dear Miss Baggs. Her name is Barr. Miss Barr. I mean, they really are quite different, Nina." Mr. Robson said, suddenly swallowing hard. "Can I ask you something?" He nodded. "Of course, my dear." I wasn't even sure how to frame the question. If you thought someone who was supposed to be dead actually wasn't, could you find out if they weren't? Brian Robson didn't flinch, to his eternal credit. "If you've previously been told that you were dead?" "Yes." He put his fingers together, regarding the death itself. "When and where are we talking?" "Oh, the Amazon jungle," I said. I knew I must be completely mad. "March 1986. "I see. Well, that makes it harder, but I'm sure one could." He looked at me carefully. "Look, Nina," I interrupted. "I mean, maybe there's a register you can check if someone has been here and died abroad." "Not really. The death certificate is one was issued. Do you know?" I shook my head. "Was there a death notice? Sort of a newspaper article in the Times?" "Well, the Times isn't usually wrong." Did you hear that? He gave a small laugh. "Didn't used to be anyway." "Yep." I stood on one foot, then the other, and realized he was waiting to go home. "Look, never mind. It's probably not important. Anything I can help with?" "Good, kind Mr. Robson. He bought himself a putter for his 18th birthday, and when as long as it's not a lynx, we're all right. Anyway, I can help with you with that. Good, kind Mr. Robson. He bought himself a putter." Oh, I've already read that. "Because of the colour of his skin. So he didn't take the putter back." No. Let me start again. "He bought himself a putter for his 18th birthday, and when he first moved from Jamaica to Bristol, The local golf club hadn't let him in because of his colour of his skin, so he'd taken the putter back and bought some books instead. He didn't know anyone then, so he just stayed at home most evenings reading. Then eventually he realised, he reasoned, if he was going to stay in, he might as well learn something. So he did a law degree, though, in the Open University. He was 22. I thought of the old lady's dark flashing eyes and uttered intensely, of which she'd stared at me. I think you're going crazy, I said. Forget it, it's nothing. Doesn't sound like nothing, he said quietly. His voice was so kind. It sort of felt to me a bit. Get off. Oof. Flies. Thanks, I muttered. Something about being late for my mum. There's a phrase that's the sign of well-adjusted adult, if ever there was one, and made my escape down the worn linoleum, tears stinging my eyes. It wasn't supposed to be like this, you see. That's why Brian Robson is sad about me. He's seen my CV. He thinks I should be a professor by now, or be given a grant to go to study in Yale. I have the curse of the clever people. I was offered a place to read English at Branson's Nose. I haven't heard of that. Where my father went. But I chose University College London instead because I could stay at home. Isn't that pathetic? I was going to be a teacher. At least that's what I wanted to be. And teach English. But everyone else around me had other ideas. Yes, of course, my headmistress had said one should have a plan in place. But in your case, my dear, one should also vigorously aim as high as one can. Oh, how disappointed in me she must be. I got my first in English literature. I did an MA in children's literature. I was going to do a PhD. I had been given a grant by a foundation, and I was all set, still keen to ensure I didn't take big brain off the Oxford, or worse still America. UCL had accused me I was doctorate material. I even had my mentor, Professor Angel, take me to one side and tell me that if I liked it I could apply for D'Souza Fellowship, only rewarding once every 5 years to exceptional students. Anyway, I didn't do the PhD, though I was the one who'd left. Sebastian seemed to emerge from the breakdown of the marriage more enigmatically than ever. He just shook it off and went on to great things, his own doctorate on Conrad. I mean, good grief. Co-authorization, a book, lecturing around the world. I haven't done.
Is a cat?
Oh, perhaps it's the neighbour.
Is it?
They don't usually come this far down. Anyway, I missed the chance to apply for a teacher's training college 2 years in a row, and then I applied and didn't get in. So I'm really lucky Gorins took me. My job could be done and done better, but almost anyone, someone who remembers to order new pens and fix printers, when the labels get jammed. I've never seen somebody from there down by the fence. Perhaps they're getting... It's when they start climbing over I better worry. I'll read this last page and then I'll go and have a look. Thanks, I muttered something about... No, I wasn't there. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It's sad about... Sorry. I was on this page. Becky's a training solicitor, for all that she spends her whole life booking nail appointments and flicking through Mother Care College catalogues. Sue is a qualified bookkeeper. She does the books for her restaurant in the evening. These people have qualifications, vocations, even, and then they go back west and have whole other lives. I'm glad to have this job though, and I should be grateful for this quiet small life, but I'm not. I hate it. I like studying. I like reading. I'm happiest when I'm imagining some world other than the real one, and that's why it's hard to explain to people like Brian Robson or my teacher at school, or the special counsellor I was given at 15. The ones who helped a gifted child not to turn into a crazy psychopath, loners. Then I'm not that clever, because I know I'm not. I'm just unusually intense. If I'm interested in something funerarily, architecturally, or Tutankhamun, or children's literature, or that brief summer I spent being obsessed with musicals after Jonas, my best friend from school, got his first role as a 17 in a touring company of Calamity Jane. I'm really interested. I sucked the lifeblood out of it, a mosquito draining all the facts of interest of it. Then I moved on. Mum once said I get it from your father. She never talks about him, so I remember this as with every nugget of information about him. Like sieving for gold. I have been reprimanded at school for correcting a teacher, and she'd been called in to talk about me. I overheard Mrs. Poll, what they're saying that evening. She just told Mr. Cousins she was wrong, and that it was Austen, not Bronte. Turned out she was right, of course. Oh dear. The way she went about it, I'm afraid she even more intense than her father. I had been coming down the stairs, and the two of them were having a conversation in the kitchen over a glass of sherry. I stood behind the door and watched, and I saw, glancing over, making sure I wasn't there. How do you mean intense, darling? She said in her comfortable voice. I'm trying to think of how best to describe him, Mum said. Something of a misfit, her father. Oh, hugely charming. Such a big brain, but absolutely crazy to deal with. Yes, a misfit. A misfit? Mrs. Polly had appeared to take this information and muse over it. I see. Such a satisfying word, don't you think? Which meant I knew that explains a lot. Limping in my boots towards the tube that evening, newly light, I looked up at the faintly blue sky veiled with white drifts of wispy clouds. It was getting cold, and I shivered. 2 years since, then the divorce, 6 months since I moved home. The last few months, usually at this point in the afternoon, I feel some sense of achievement. Another day nearly over, one more to mark off on the calendar. The thing is, though, I have no idea why I'm marking days off, or what I was counting down towards.
Thank you very much.
Did that any good?
Yeah. Actually, I understand more if you read it. I understand more. Actually.
Yes.
So, yeah, rather than I read
You're reading each word as you go along, whereas I'm know the language, so therefore I can see what's coming up.
So I can. So I understand the like I can see the situation or
Yes.
So yeah, if I read, so I'm actually normally as an English learner, if you read it, you understand, but if you listen, you don't understand, because listening comprehension is much lower than the reading.
Oh, right.
Yes, but my situation, because being here, I'm with I'm talking with English people.
Yes.
Quite often, so I understand more than I read.
Right.
The Spanish as well.
Yes.
Actually, so.
I understand more than I read. Yes. I was. It's funny about language. I got an email from.
Lola?
No. I was just thinking that might have been a sheep, because he's got some sheep here. Eating grass maybe.
Right.
No, Ellen. I got it.
Ellen. Yes.
And now Ellen, to me, I think speaks very good English.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw it written,
It's a bit.
And I realised that Laura, my niece, could talk to me easily, and then I would expect her to, and I think, God Almighty, that's terrible. And of course she hears, like children hear and learn to speak, but she doesn't know how to spell something.
Because for me it's Lola. Laura.
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 Laura. They call it something else here. Laura.
For me, she speaks. She sounds. She's a native English native speaker. It's a very natural sound.
Oh right, she has actually got an accent.
German accent.
Yes, but her sister, who was 10 when her mother died, had 10 years of English. Their father was half German, half Italian. So there was a lot of language within the house.
Yeah.
But Laura died when she was 4. Her mother. So therefore she'd only had those 4 years. So one of them speaks with an accent and the other one speaks clear English.
But for me, it's Lola speaks very, very natural English. For me.
Yes. Yes. I can understand that. It's like when I said to you on the tape, can you tell who's was it Welsh and who's, and you can hear some and you can't hear others really.
Some of them are very strong accent, but some of they don't.
Geordie accents very strong.
Yeah, that. And recently we got the new people. That he says Irish, and I'm not sure where she comes from.
Irish, and she's English, I think.
But she has a quite strong accent.
What, speaking Spanish?
No, English.
Oh.
Do you know them?
No, but Saul has met, and they've got 2 girls, I believe. 2.
No, not there.
Oh.
No. They're staying in Estación.
Oh.
And she's Irish, and he's English. I don't know, from South America. No.
Oh,
South
do you mean Eve and Sandy?
No, not Irish.
She's Irish.
Yeah. No, is they bought a house near my old house. Near that street.
No, I haven't.
Near the Richard Custy, just a little bit down there. And he's a little bit, is elderly. Pensionist, I say.
He's a bit. Don't know what that means.
And so he's Irish, and she's, I'm not sure, but she has a quite strong accent.
No.
England, but oh yes, she said Manchester. No.
Oh, that would be quite a strong accent.
I think Manchester.
Or Geordie, Manchester, Liverpool, they're all quite strong.
Oh.
And they say Bath and North, and they don't say they are.
So yesterday, the intercambio.
Oh,
they came. But we didn't have much Spanish people.
No.
Only Anna came. Do you know Anna?
Anna, she's Ed's.
Now she's dating with Ed.
Yeah. Do you know he's got a daughter? 16.
16?
Yes.
He said like briefly. He said I'm going to, because he's going back to Holland.
Is he?
For taking his beautiful van.
Oh, isn't it lovely?
Blue and no blue car. It's another dark blue van.
Yes, it's a camping van.
Yes,
beautiful. It's lovely.
But I think that is the ownership is, I think, not only his. He has a partner or whatever.
Oh,
so
it's something about the plates too. They're Dutch plates, and he's got to change them into Spanish.
But he said he's going back with a van.
Right.
To the Holland. And yes, and he said yesterday, going back, and he said, yes, I'm going to see my daughter or whatever he just said. So I thought daughter is like 4 or 5 years old.
I'm sure he's
14,
16.
Yeah, it could be, because he's
because I said, I said, good grief, you look, he only looks, to me, I'm looking at him thinking he's about 18, because he's sort of, a bit like my grandson, looks a bit sort of, he could do with a bit of a wash, but you can't tell them because they know best. And yes, I said to him, I thought, and he sort of said, I didn't say any more because I thought, oh God, he might have been 14 when he had the child, and we won't go there. Or I should think he was quite young.
He's like 45.
Oh, right. Oh.
45, 46 probably.
Oh, right. Probably.
Princess.
I think. Wait, that's Carmen, isn't it? She calls her princess. I get on all right with her, actually. I mean, I think you'd have to be careful with her. That sort of, she does like her own way.
Yeah, I'm good at it.
Oh, yes, sweet.
少しだけ、雑談を聞いていただきました。途中もう切りました。あまり名前がいろいろ出てくるので。ということで、日記の、読書を聞いていただきましたけれども、いかがでしたでしょうか。ですね、私はですね、一つはですね、日記が、 読書してるのを聞いた方が自分が読むよりも理解ができるという話をしたんですね。それどういうことかっていうと、一つはですね、日記の読書を聞いてると滑らか、やっぱり母国語なので次に何の単語が出てくるかって大体予想がつくっていう感じですね。なので滑らかなんですね。なのでそれを聞くと理解がしやすいっていうのもう一つは、ですね、音読じゃなくても、私の場合はですね、読書をするよりも聞いた方が理解できるんですね。なんでオーディオブックのが理解できるっていう。なぜかっていうと、ここに海外に長く住んでまして、そのイギリス人の人たちと会話することが多いんですね。なのでそれでですね、覚えた単語ってたくさんあるんですよ。なのでそういうことで、聞く方が理解できるっていう、スペイン語も同じなんですね。スペイン語は読むよりも人に読んでもらったが理解できるっていうそういうのなんですね。現地に住むとそういう感じになります。ということで、もう一つはですね、話をしてたのは、彼女の姪御さんの話なんですね。彼女の妹さんの娘さんなんですけど、彼女の妹さん早く亡くなってまして、でその彼女4歳の時に亡くなってて、だから 4歳までしか英語はちゃんと喋ってないわけですね、お母さんとの英語で。そのお姉ちゃんの方は10歳までということで、でもその4歳までので育ったって、その彼女がここにしばらくいたんですね。1年ぐらいいたのかな。でその時に喋ると非常に滑らかなんですね。やっぱり耳から入って喋るのを覚えて。ただスペルとか書くことになるとやっぱりなかなかできないっていうか、英語のスペル間違えたりとかなんかするらしいんですけども、私からするとやっぱりすごい滑らかですね。でこちらですね、やっぱりすごい、ヨーロピアンの人って英語をすごい、言語が似てるっていうのはありますし、習得するの早いし、喋るのが好き、自分の意見をはっきり言うっていうので喋る人がものすごく多いんですね。ただその喋るよりもなので、そうすると書くよりも喋る方だから、喋ってすごい喋ってるのに、いざ書くとなるとなんか、あんまり何ですか、上手に書けてないっていうことがあると言っていました。そういうことでいろんな環境、人それぞれなんですけど、環境によるといろいろ違うということですね。私の場合は、やっぱり聞く方が。なので YouTube とかでもよく英語のそのセミナーとかオーディオブックとかのよく聞くんですけれども、それをですね、実際本で見ると多分あまり理解できないんですね。だから聞く方が理解できます。ということで日記の読書を聞いていただきました。最後はちょっと雑談です。で、この本のは以上になります。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。See you in the next video. Bye.